Alright guys, Mark Boy 316 here with another video. It's gonna be a tag response to Porter's unboxing. Patrick, he did a video 4 days ago. Do you still watch WWE even though it's kind of terrible? That was his video. And I'm 50 years old. I was 9 years old when WrestleMania 1 uh, happened. I rented WrestleMania 1 from the video store and I was hooked. And been watching wrestling for 41 years. So I've went through every era, the rock and wrestling, the golden era, the attitude, new generation, realistic aggression, PG era, everything. And been through the seen some horrible wrestling. 95 was not a good year for WWF, WWE, but they've had some other bad years too, and been through the good and the bad. Like I said, uh, rented that first Coliseum video way back in 1985 from a video store we had around here, and then the Superstars came in Canada here around 1986. September of '86, I think it was, and watched it every Saturday morning. Superstars, and they had Wrestling Challenge, and it was always awesome to watch. And back in the day, the '80s, '90s were great. Attitude Era was great. I used to tape every episode of Raw and SmackDown in the Attitude Era on VHS tapes, and I would never tape over the tape. I wanted to keep the tape and never erase it. And this was obviously before DVDs and stuff, but it was a must see. You had to watch what Austin was going to do and what McMahon was going to do, and it was awesome. And I think the interviews were better back then. The crowds were better, and the signs in the crowd were holy crap, a lot of signs in the Attitude Era, and it was awesome. But we had some horrible. The Katie Vick story in 2002, that was horrible. We had the this year 2026, the Gingerbread Man on SmackDown, that was dumb, and we had some real stupid stuff. The invasion could have been a whole lot better if they would have had the big name people on there, but they had to wait a year for Flair and Sting and all Flair and Goldberg, Big Papa Pump all came in 02. The invasion ended in 01. Would have been a lot better if they would have had the key players, but yeah, some Roman Reigns getting buried, smothered in dog food, like Constable Corbin every week on Raw. My God, that was brutal. Like some bad stuff. But why did I keep watching? Well, I grew up on WWF. It was the first wrestling I seen. I also caught AWA, WCW a bit. Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling here in the Maritimes in Canada. I seen that in the mid to late '80s too. But WWF was the first one, and just grew up watching WWF, and started collecting DVDs in 1999 when they first came out. So my mission was to get every single WWE release they ever made, and I did. They stopped making or stopped releasing WWE DVDs in 2023. I've got every single release. I also have every WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Rumbles, and Survivor Series, every King of the Ring, every In Your House. I got them all, and I got every single pay per view they ever made. I mean, in one way or another, or another. But yeah, like back in the day, never missed an episode of SmackDown, never missed an episode of Raw, and was great. Now, still watch it. Raw is a chore to get through sometimes. SmackDown, my God, is 3 hours too damn long. But sometimes I'll watch it the day after. I'll watch it once after it goes live, so I can skip the ads and all that. And even the commercials back then were better than the ads that they have now for Netflix and stuff like that. Like, come on, the commercials were awesome back then too. And yeah, I can go some weeks without watching Raw, and I watch it after that, and I haven't missed much. Like back in the day, you had to tune in to see what was gonna happen on Raw and SmackDown. So yeah, WWF. I'm just talking about WWF. It's not in a great place right now. TKO has really wrecked that company. Wow, wow. They have some good stuff. I like the Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns stuff. That's pretty cool. I would very much like to see Randy Orton beat Cody Rhodes for the title. Get that title off for Cody. Uh, I do like what they're doing for the IC title. They got Ethan Page, Rusev, Javon Evans all in the mix for Penta's IC title. I like that very much. Uh, Ethan Page coming out from NXT on the main roster is great. Uh, Soruga, I think, even though she's lost a few matches here, I think she's gonna really do great things on the main roster. Like the NXT call-ups are doing pretty good, and yeah, it's not as great as it used to be. Now they're all about social media clicks and views and stuff like that. They're not. They don't really care, I should say, about the fans. But I will continue watching, of course. But it's not like it used to be. I can probably go back in my collection here that I have behind me that I can watch any promotion, anytime, basically any year. I have something from almost every promotion. So go back and watch old WWF is better than it is today. I, I'm gonna say it. But yeah, golden era wrestling, rock and wrestling uh, era, the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, even some stuff in the PG era was better than now. Like, still, uh, I'll always be a wrestling fan. I've watched New Japan, Ring of Honor, GCW. I've watched the Fire Wrestling. I've watched Rev Pro. I've watched basically every company you can think of. I've at least watched it. I watched a match or an event from that company. Only one I haven't really watched is Stardom. I guess I don't think I've ever watched a Stardom event, but watched Ring of Honor. I've seen some All Japan on YouTube. Check out YouTube. WWF The Vault. WCW's on there. Check those out. Great footage. Great stuff. Some stuff you won't find on DVDs, but yeah, I like to go back and watch old school wrestling a lot more now than I do watching the current stuff. I do still watch the current stuff. Monday there's Raw, Tuesdays there's NXT, Wednesday obviously AEW, Thursday there's Impact Wrestling, Friday there's SmackDown. Well, it's a chore to get through 3 hours, my god. Saturday's Collision, Sundays are usually pay-per-views, and Saturdays for WWE. Starting in June on TSN here in Canada, we're gonna get this Cut the More promotion, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. So another wrestling program will be on TV. Like, so much stuff, and it's hard to keep up with everything, but I try. And that's basically what my channel was based on. It's probably 90% wrestling. Sometimes I'll throw in movies and taste tests and stuff. But as far as why do I still watch wrestling, WWE, WWF, that it's not in a great spot right now. Just a diehard wrestling fan. Like I said, been through the bad, been through the good, and I can't see myself ever stop watching. I've watched every year, watched every episode, and I thought there was never a period in time that I stopped watching completely. Never once. And it's just something that, for me, it's always been a hobby. It's been a pastime, and the only reason I have satellite TV is to watch wrestling. I don't watch anything else on TV. I'm not big in like mystery shows or stuff like that. I usually watch Netflix, YouTube, stuff like that, and most of the time it's all wrestling. So yeah, to me, watching TV, I can't remember the last time I sat down and watched the TV, except for back in the day when it was TGIF and stuff like that, Family Matters or Step by Step or comedy shows way back in the day. But yeah, now I'll occasionally watch a baseball game on TV. Like, yeah, but thank you, Patrick, though, for tagging me in the video. I thought it was a great idea for a video. But yeah, the Wyatts coming in were cool. Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Bray Wyatt, that was awesome. The Shield was awesome coming in. Like, we had some good moments in Stone Cold Steve Austin, obviously my favorite wrestler of all time. That's what my channel's based on. Mark Boy 316, go subscribe. Uh, but yeah, some good stuff. And we've, like I said, we've had some really bad stuff, especially a lot of part-time people winning the title and not being around, and that's kind of stupid. I hate that. And yeah, wrestling, WWF is not probably the best it's been, but that's why you got alternatives like AEW, Ring of Honor, which I have the Ring of Honor site, which is great. It's all 25-year history of Ring of Honor. And I've got all, of course, all the DVDs behind me, like I said. And yeah, yes, I still watch wrestling, WWF, WWE. It's still something I watch, something I'll always watch, no matter how, I guess, bad it gets. But especially that I have a wrestling YouTube channel, I'm gonna watch the shows, obviously. So if there's any like breaking news or a review I want to do of a certain show, or so some content that the show that I'm watching reminds me that I can do, I'm gonna obviously watch the show so I don't miss out on anything. Like, there's some nights that, oh my god, I'm too tired to watch it. I'll eventually go back and watch it. Even though I miss it on the day it comes out, I still go back and watch it. So, like I said, I've watched every show. 41 years of watching wrestling, Raw, SmackDown. Like I said, I've seen them all. Do I have all the shows? No. I wish I did. That would be cool. But I've got all the pay-per-views. So yeah, thank you, Patrick, again for the tag. Whoever else wants to do this, do you still watch WWE? Even though it's kind of terrible at the moment. It's better than now that Triple H has it than Vince, but it's still not really Triple H's fault. I'm blaming TKO. So yeah, what do you guys watch the most? Is there a promotion you like the most? Is there have you fallen out of WWE? Have you not watched it in a long time? Are there years that you missed? Like I said, are you a die-hard New Japan follower, Ring of Honor follower? Do you just watch those? Let me know in the comment section below. But I agree with a lot of what Patrick was saying. There's been some dull moments in wrestling. My God, but there's also been some good moments. Daniel Bryan winning the title at WrestleMania 30. Fantastic, great stuff. Nobody wanted to see Batista and Randy Orton one-on-one. Sorry, but that was a great moment. Undertaker's streak ending was not the greatest decision. That and Brock Lesnar to be the guy to do it. Could have gave it to a much younger guy for that. That would have been kind of cool. The heist of the century, Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank at 31. Great stuff. Awesome. There's been some great moments. Punk returning to WWE in 2023. That was great. Fantastic. The great feud he had with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, Hell in the Cell. Great stuff. Awesome. And Shawn Michaels' return after 4 years away from 1998. He left for 4 years. Came back in 2002. Great stuff. Had a great run. Great matches with Kurt Angle. Great matches with Jericho at WrestleMania. Great stuff. Like WrestleMania 32, 33, 34, 35, to me, are all jumbled up in my head. I can't remember half the stuff that happened on those shows when I go back and watching it, because nothing really memorable happened or stuck. But I can tell you what happened in WrestleMania 18, 19, 20, 21, 16. Like, I can remember more from the old WrestleManias than I can the current ones. So, yeah. But yeah, well, thank you guys for joining me for this video. Just wanted to respond to Patrick's video. Great video, Patrick. You have a great channel. You're doing a great job there, my friend. And thank you for the tag. And I will catch you guys later.